Back in the Element Well studios with Monica Daniels, the president and CEO of Special Olympics of Mississippi, or Special Olympics Mississippi, I believe, correct? Gotcha.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, Monica, thanks for coming in today. So we thought this week would be good to talk to you because we got the games coming up at Camp Shelby this weekend, correct?
We do. So starting this weekend, Friday, we'll have athletes from all across the state of Mississippi driving to Camp Shelby. Last time you and I talked, it was via computer, and I was at Keesler Air Force Base.
Yeah.
So we are very fortunate in the state of Mississippi that we have places like Camp Shelby and Keesler that open their doors to host these games for our athletes at no cost to our organization.
Yeah.
And we provide all of these games at no cost to our families or our athletes. So it is a tremendous, tremendous gift.
Yeah.
And we will have, we're getting back to it. So not like it was pre-COVID, but we're going to be looking at about 500 athletes competing this weekend in let me see if I can get all the sports right. In horseshoes, in croquet, in competitive cheer, both unified and traditional, and flag football, both unified and traditional.
Horseshoes, huh?
Horseshoes.
That's awesome.
And we're demoing for everybody there cornhole, because Special Olympics North America has just decided that cornhole will be on the slate of competitive sports offered moving forward to our next USA Games in 2026 in Minneapolis.
I got you. So is Special Olympics Mississippi affiliated with the North American Special Olympics as well?
We are. Every state program is their local and organic program,
Sure.
But that is sort of the mother program, Special Olympics North America. Special Olympics at its core was started by Eunice Kennedy Shriver.
Okay.
And she started Special Olympics around 1964, 1965 because her sister, Rose Kennedy, all of the Kennedy siblings, had an intellectual disability.
Okay.
And anybody who knows the Kennedys knows that they were a very competitive sports family.
Yep.
And she saw that Rose didn't really have a spot to do that. And so she started and opened up her backyard for individuals with intellectual disability. And she started with competitive swim, and she started with field games. And it just grew out of that. And so we have an affiliation with Special Olympics North America, and we get a little bit of grant funding from them, but 90% of our funding comes from the wonderful people in the state of Mississippi who support our work.
Yeah, I'm just looking at some of your supporters, and you've got various levels, the torchbearer, champion, gold medalist, et cetera. And it's really just a who's who of great companies that operate in the state of Mississippi.
Yes,
And,
absolutely.
So we are very grateful for their support. So 500 participants. Now, are these all Mississippi families, or do they come from elsewhere? All Mississippi?
No, these are all Mississippi families, yes. So currently, our numbers have dipped a little bit. We were about at 7,000 athletes pre-COVID,
Okay.
and we're at about 5,000 and coming back. So, we have declared that we are inching forward, and we're opening our calendars and opening our games. After this, we're looking forward to our Unified Egg Bowl, which will be hosted at Mississippi State this year, which the kids at Mississippi State and at Ole Miss play on teams with our athletes.
Okay.
And the competition is just as heated as it is for the regular Egg Bowl, and they fight for that trophy.
Sure.
And then after that, we'll have equestrian in Hattiesburg, and then we have our Gold Gala in December, and we start all over in 2023.
So how many athletic competition events are held per year?
So state-level events that we host through the state office, and those are events that we put on and are at no cost to our athletes. And our athletes are training locally all across the state, and we could not do that without our champion volunteers all across the state who are volunteer coaches, parents, and in their local areas, they're training and they're competing, and they show up at state level events. And starting at the beginning of the year, we have our spring competition, which is all basketball. We're hoping to get back to around 700 athletes for that. That goes back and forth between Ole Miss and Mississippi State. They host that at no cost to us. Then in the summer, we're back at Keesler. Then in the fall, we're at Shelby. Then we have Unified Egg Bowl. Then we have equestrian. We're looking to Camp McCain this year because our flag football and cheer competition has grown so much. They have volunteered to host flag football and cheer in the fall. So we try to have a very robust schedule so that our athletes, they love it. They get on the buses and they travel and they come down and they see one another that they don't, 6 or 7 times a year. And it's great camaraderie and sportsmanship.
Well, for the families, I got to believe, Monica, that with this rather continuous series of events, this becomes a big part of their lives.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And long time friendships, lifelong friendships happen. And for the families, they get to see that they aren't alone.
Yeah.
And not just the parents, the siblings. It's kind of tough sometimes if, to be in a family unit and you're a sibling and your brother or sister has an intellectual disability and you don't really know what that means or what to do. Well, now we have unified sports where kids with and without intellectual disabilities practice and play on the same team.
Yeah.
And so for bowling, we saw siblings step up and be their unified partner with their brother or sister. And, it just comes full circle.
Yeah, it's really so cool and so rewarding. And I got to believe that to some extent it helps them understand that you are assimilated into society. Mm-hmm. You're a regular person at the end of the day.
It's absolutely true. And I think the more exposure those of us that do not have an intellectual disability are exposed to those that do, we come to see that the differences are much smaller than we think. And the comfort level just increases, threefold. And one of the things I love to see is now, like, as I mentioned, we have unified sports, and we will have that experience at Camp Shelby. Again, I can't thank them enough. But our athletes have been doing this for a long time. Special Olympics has been organized in the state of Mississippi since 1968. Eunice Kennedy actually came to our first state-level competition on the campus at USM. And she approved. So we have been blessed and moved forward ever since. And it's so great to see our athletes looking at unified partners and telling them, no, that's not how you do that. You do it this way. No, this is the rule. And so they hold a lot of knowledge, and they're competitive, and they know their sports. And that's always fun to watch.
Well, if there's interest in being an athlete, participating or volunteering, being a coach, et cetera, how do they do that?
We would love and welcome everyone. So we have no quota.
Sure.
And you can go to our website, SpecialOlympicsMississippi.org, and everything you need is right there. Across the top banner, it says, get involved, find a program. You can look at the map of Mississippi. It's broken down into 16 local areas. You find where you live, scroll down. It will have the champion volunteer who is heading up that area. Their phone numbers are there. Their emails are there. Everyone is ready and welcome to bring athletes and unified partners into our mission.
Yeah. Well, just looking at the website, it seems like you guys are doing well. The name is getting out there. The organization continues to grow. The participation continues to increase. I know you're not quite back to the pre-COVID level, but I bet you'll be there pretty soon.
I hope so. 2023, I'm hoping to get there, and even more.
Yeah.
In the state of Mississippi, last numbers were that there are about 75,000 individuals with intellectual disabilities just in Mississippi. So at
all age groups.
All age groups.
Okay.
And so we're only hitting about 10%. And to put one more plug in, when athletes come to state level events, not only do they attend for free, but we provide free health screenings.
Okay.
To everyone that's there. So Thanks for helping us get the word out.
Absolutely, and thanks for all you guys do at Special Olympics Mississippi. Our guest has been the president and CEO of Special Olympics Mississippi, Monica Daniels. Monica, good luck with the games. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you so much.
We'll step aside for a break right here in the Element Well Studios. We're coming back. We got a lot more to talk about. Colonel Stephen Maxwell at 11:05, Director of the Mississippi Bureau of Narcotics.